Hey everyone, today I'm at kind of a guilty pleasure course for me. I'm at Franklin Falls Dam in New Hampshire. Taking a road trip, brought a bunch of my buddies with me to do a frolf weekend. So this course is a little bit rough. It doesn't score very well on the birdie scale. It's missing tee pads in some places, the signage is a little wonky, and the layout kind of crazy. But it does have some very unique holes that you don't get in many other courses. So let's take a look at some of the things you might see in the background. Like the hooligans.
Stay frolfy, my friends.
And here's the dam that the course is named after. Oh, hello there. I'll do it if you want me to.
You do you, it's your show.
It's your barbecue and it tastes good.
All right, are we rolling?
It's been.
Okay. Hole one, short shot, usually a putter or maybe a mid-range. The only tricky part about this is hitting the line just right. You got to get in there right up against that berm at the far end. That's where the basket is. It's tucked in on the right or left, depending on which side of the fairway you want to throw this. Lefty, righty, doesn't much matter. It's just a tight shot. Ah. Oh no. No, it's a putt. Oh,
That's the way I'm going.
Lucky.
Nope.
Oh, Jason.
Settle down,
gave himself
Jason.
a disc.
Oh.
Great turn. Way to dick him out. Oh.
That looks like CTP worthy.
Yay.
Nice.
This car's no good here.
You have no power. Okay, so hole two, 435. It is a par 4. This one goes straight out up the fairway here. There is a line you might be able to throw a flick through here, but there's a lot of canopy kind of in the deep part of it. It would be hard to get through. You're going to go out, then turn to the left, and then the basket is tucked in on the right-hand side up against this ridge that we can kind of see running along the side. Oh no. Man, I gotta stop releasing that thing level. It's starting to get flippy.
Of course I did. He was before you.
Did he do it too? I missed it.
Whoa.
Stroke out of time.
I didn't throw.
Whoa.
Oh, man.
Hit something and drop.
Like that.
It's gonna be tough to get out of that spot, but you're in a better place than I am.
435. Wow. Yeah, you don't want to hit early, huh?
Jack.
With the ciggy in the face.
Just straight up the gut, huh?
Yeah. There's like trees? I don't see no trees.
Straight up the gut, huh?
I felt bad for you, so I was like, I'll go over that with Zach.
I gotta give this kid $5 back. Feeling bad at taking all his money.
Oh, John!
What is going
What
on?
a show of unity.
Together we can.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's short, but it's good.
Good look from them.
That hurt, but hey.
Jason's lining up a roller here. Oh, very short roller.
It's out.
Get down. Safe.
Can't wait to drop that 122 on someone's phone. Can read it.
Take two. Felt the pressure.
I generally like downhill putts, but that was a bit much.
Not gonna tell us about the hole, Kevin?
I don't know, I was trying to get a look at what I was going to do.
Hole 3, 465 feet, bent out there to the right. Wouldn't be so difficult except that these pines have really dense canopies, and it makes you forced to either throw low or try and go over the top of everything in order to get up there and onto the green. Very tough hole because of the density of the trees.
Yeah, dude. That's
Oh,
beautiful.
Yeah, nice shot. And I walked right in.
Nice to me.
Kicked at the end.
Oh!
Of course, there's a tree out there. I'll hit it.
Keep it interesting. It's always interesting with you, Zach. Try to make sure it's fun. I'm not going to play well, but we'll play fun.
Oh boy. That didn't look that fun.
That did look fun.
Would have been more fun if it just turned. I only threw a river.
Oh no.
It's supposed to be my hyzer flip, this. Where's the flip?
I think this might be one where you want to take the mid-range and or putter off the tee and just get out there to a place where you can throw placement golf.
Please. Like any of us are doing that.
No, it doesn't look like anyone's taking that approach.
Oh, I rolled back in. Oh no! Got it out there pretty good.
You accuse that bush of being stabby?
See this right here? I can't really do a run up.
Oh yeah.
Just like. Shit!
He's out to the other side of the fairway. Ooh, a little trickier than I thought. Huh. Think I
Want
gotta
my
throw a flick.
gatekeeper?
What's that?
Want the gatekeeper?
No. I think I gotta throw a flick is the problem.
Oh, nice.
This branch is right in the line with the height where I would throw.
Make sure that's rolling, Jason. Dude,
Oh, it looks like I have to throw a flick.
look at
perfectly
Flick
straight down the middle.
McCred! There we go.
Go for it. I don't know what I'm doing yet.
Sit down.
We have Zach stuck under a tree trying to putt out.
He loves you, bro. Told you. Told you he loves you.
Boom! Let's see if he big putts, John.
Outside?
Sure. Yep. Almost.
Thank you. And here we have the wild Jason lining up his 8-footer. See the determination in his eyes. Smash center chains in his natural habitat. And the wild giraffe, Kyle McGray, lines up his 1.5-footer.
Outside?
See as he asks if he's outside and drops it in the basket. What a wonderful putt it was.
Hello, frolf fans.
Let's get frolfy.
I'm your host, Frolf Frolfy.
I heard you whispering and I started smiling.
I know, you smiled perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
Hole 4, 280, slight bend off to the right-hand side. You can throw this forehand, backhand, doesn't matter. The thing that's tricky about this one is it's got kind of a low ceiling. And I hit it.
Zach Benson. Benson.
Yeah. See, now I got everybody nervous about that low ceiling.
Hold on.
Kevin, you're our only hope. That was Kevin
Oh, not bad. You're good.
Oh, dude.
Light it up, kid.
Oh, you should have tried to throw it a little further.
I light it up. Why? I can hit those putts.
Bet $5 you can.
I don't even know where to end it up, so I don't want to take that hurt.
Gambling is illegal at Bushwood, sir. And I never slice. As I played through the desert on a course with no name. I really wish it would rain.
You see the baskets in the distance, right?
The low ceiling. Oh my God.
Oh my Johnny.
Easy 2-putt four.
Fuck.
Patrol.
Ah, just a bit outside. And the disc golfer throws the disc into the basket.
I can hit that tree though. Nicely.
Oh, trash.
Get that?
You think I can sit here?
Good. Nice 3. Right? They jammed it all up on you.
300 feet with a slight bend to the left. Basket is up on a little bit of a rise, but the circle up there is pretty generous. It's pretty flat.
They could get away.
Good ball.
Straight up the gut.
Interesting.
You're supposed to 360 before you let it go.
Yeah.
Mashed potatoes! That's what they're yelling.
This course sucks. Well, more solidarity from Zach. So at this point in the round, I probably should point out that we played a round at Topo early this morning, and this is our second round of the day. We just stuffed our faces with 5 guys. So the quality of the play today, probably not so good. The greatest shot in wussy outshot history.
I was just trying to approach my approach shot.
You're right there.
I thought he skipped up here.
You're right there.
Oh, that's short. Good bid. Okay, hole 6. You start off on one side of a valley. Before it goes out, levels out. On the other side, at the very peak of it, you find the basket. It's tucked away on the left-hand side just a bit, with a couple of trees around the green. Yeah.
Dude.
Get around that.
Why
have you been doing that all day? Very nice.
72 holes.
Is that the sheriff? Yeah.
He's gonna kill you.
I tried to throw it straight.
Dude, throw your force.
It's not straight.
Going straight to there and falling right. What's wrong with that?
Oh!
What's that you're throwing?
Garbage.
Justice. Make this fun.
What was that?
It was meant to be a grenade.
Oh, good bid.
This is unlike any dam course I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Like by the lack of dam.
it's kind of like,
Where's the damn dam?
Does it go to the dam?
it's kind of like, what the hell is the course? West Thompson Lake, where you start off in a wooded area, you play, 5 or 6 holes, and then you start playing around the dam.
Another dam, bogey.
Hole 7, straight downhill. We're playing down a road width fairway that goes to a basket that is tucked in the trees on the left-hand side.
That's all I got for you.
I'm not saying anything else after Kellen's flashing his belly at me. I couldn't tell the difference. I just saw 3 bellies.
A driver, dude?
I used to throw my, oh yes, the driver working.
I didn't even, I saw 290.
Yeah.
You see the basket though, right?
The one I'm pretty close to?
Oh no. Oh, that's good, good kick.
It'd be nice to have one nice shot this time.
You end up trying to like,
Trying to what?
how high do I throw it? And throw a driver in his tree. Dude, they're around you. They're not landing on you.
No,
They
crash,
are.
Kyle,
Not
crash.
really. I was just watching.
Oh, that's a good kick.
Oh.
Taking the forest down. He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He sleeps all night and he works all day. Oh, uh-oh.
Couple of tough lies down here.
Sit on women.
Throws his disc, he cuts his farts. Good shot.
Jesus Christ, John.
Oh no. Oh, that looked like it was in. Bounce. That bounce sucked so bad. This friggin' little stalk is right in the way.
Yeah. It was in my way. Imagine how much it was in my way.
Well, I'm a foot or two behind you. It's like, so it's even. Oh, fuck.
That's for on video.
Like that.
Rip it down. Yay! A pond.
So done being eaten by these mosquitoes. It's not even entertaining anymore. Damn.
Okay, we're standing on hole 8, obviously the signature hole for the course. This is, or at least it was, the longest hole in New England. 1,100 and something
68.
feet. What is it?
1168.
1168. It is a big bad crush, and there's always a breeze here. You're going all the way out across this field.
Get in. Ace the wrong hole.
I think it's close.
It disappeared. I have no idea what happened to it.
Ay, ay, ay. There goes nothing.
Here's a hint. Throw understable.
Under? Downhill?
Understable.
Well, yeah, but you.
Because there's so much room for the
Yeah.
disc to fade out.
Uh-oh.
That might be too unstable.
Still the bottom line.
That is remarkable.
I'm on
I don't even think I reached the road. Thanks for the tip there, Kyle.
There we go.
Still diving.
Zach nearly aces the wrong basket. That's not stabling up.
Yeah, it is,
Yeah,
dude.
there it goes.
Crushed it.
Alright, that's not bad. All
Right?
I gotta try this.
I really wanted to throw a Fonzie to get a better shot, but I didn't feel like chasing them all around.
Yeah. Once you get down here on the ground, it's really hard to see exactly where the basket.
I had no idea.
Yeah, you can't tell. It just blends into the background, the gray basket against the riprap.
I like rip wrap.
Good pull.
I shouldn't throw my fourth.
So I've thrown twice. I'm expected to make this in 3 from here.
Yep.
I can't do that. That's still going to be 700 feet away.
Good pull.
How many feet are we away?
All the feet.
1168 minus whatever's left of the basket.
It's not dead yet.
I'm not dead yet.
Wow.
Well, he will be. That's hamstring.
I feel better.
Nice touch.
Oh.
Good run.
That's insane. I didn't know if he was looking.
They're both mine.
Oh.
We'll go back to the shade.
Okay, something I should have mentioned about hole 8 when we're on the tee. There is a pro level tee pad and a rec level tee pad. The rec level one is down at the bottom of the hill, almost exactly where Kevin's drive landed. But that one's no fun, so why shoot that? There are a couple other holes where they do have pro and rec tees, but they don't have a second layout here. So it's just one layout with maybe, I think, 3 extra tee pads. We're on hole 9, and it looks like they're in the middle of building a tee box here, but it hasn't been finished yet, so we're just going to tee off from the back side of it. This one's boring, 365 straight ahead, absolutely nothing in the way.
Oh no.
No! Okay, so maybe there is one way you can screw it up. We got a little bit of a headwind, that might be what happened.
Oh no.
Let's get these. Didn't have a lot of snot on it. Oh. Yeah, there is a slight headwind.
I should rephrase that. I have no interest in going to find that.
That's coming back.
That's
Hold on, John.
so Get in the hole!
Okay, hole 10. This is a very tricky one. The expected route is that you go out on a right-hand hyzer and then fade in behind these copse of trees that are ahead of us there. But there are alternate ways you can throw this. There is a rec tee over on the left-hand side you can throw from, or from this position you can try and split those trees with an Annie. Oh shit.
Back.
Who's trying to do that, Kyle?
I was trying to throw straight at these trees and hyzer it or Annie it through the gap here.
Oh, really?
Hey,
And,
did you give
I
your
failed
whole breakdown
miserably
already?
by putting it straight to the outside line.
I'm wondering why you went that way, Kyle, instead of out over it.
I've done it both ways.
That's what I've heard.
I just did that. I was feeling the inside line today and I missed it badly. Yeah, that's better.
I don't know if that's good or not. That's what I was
You
trying to do.
almost got around.
You gotta throw it, Jason. That looks good.
George.
Oh yeah.
So I failed in a big way on that shot, and now this is my punishment. I am stuck without a line to the basket.
Or it could be beautiful.
Yeah.
Kevin, why in the hell did I tell you that I was gonna 36?
Good bid.
Two pars in a row! King of the world! How's that for?
Okay, hole 11 is kind of a nice change of pace here. Instead of being in the unrelenting sun and getting scorched and turned into little, like those marshmallows that accidentally drop in the fire, we are now back in the shade and being carried off by mosquitoes. As far as the hole is concerned, we're going straight up the hill here over this stump. There is a gap in the foliage up top where you see the light shining through. Once we get up there, we are then turning right and going out into an open fairway again to finish the hole.
Let's go here.
Yeah, go for it.
That's a good pull.
Ah! Ah!
Oh, that roll was a little unfortunate, but it was a good pull.
Yeah, buddy.
I was hoping to get a little more left on that.
It's too bad the mosquitoes don't know each other. Like when you burn one with a cigarette, the other one's don't.
You went to the buffet and you got burned.
Oh, so close to perfect. Go ahead, Jason.
So awkward. There you go.
There you go.
Fuckers killed it on here.
Ooh, Junior G and Papa gets a good one. Hole 12. We tee off from an elevated position here on a very short tee pad through this gap in the trees and out into an open field. 660 feet distance. The second half is just wide open field, so the trick is getting through this first gap and then making a big long bomb.
This is not dangerous.
Yeah, throwing 660 off of a short tee pad just does not make sense to me.
Placement shot.
Yeah.
I was going to fade out, but that's okay.
love taking 3 drives per hole.
Well, that's a good one.
Good practice for your noodle arm.
Dude, you crushed that. Did it? I thought that was good the whole way. Okay, hole 13. I mentioned before that there are rec tees and pro tees. This is the third hole that has a rec tee. And today we're going to play it from the rec tee because this second half of the course is just wide open and we've been scorched by the sun. We have all lost several quarts of blood to these mosquitoes and need transfusion. It's getting awful tiring. So we're playing from the rec tee. I've got Zach teeing off from you from the pro tee, so I'll show you what that looks like, I guess now.
The earth is flat!
He's over. I'm not burning it. That barely made it.
Barely, that's on like 70 feet. What are you talking about?
Alright, that was pretty exciting. So what we're facing right now from the rec tee is a shot out to the side of these berms where they've got some leftover dirt piled up along the edge here. It's kind of a crescent shape, if you can see that. The basket is right in the middle of that crescent, about 260 feet away.
Alright, what was that?
That was a bar, but the wind did very funny things with it.
What are the bond numbers?
About the right distance, alright.
What are the numbers on a bard?
5503. And it flies about like that.
Watching that thing drop every time it goes.
I didn't even reach the green berm.
There you go.
Pick one or two to play from.
I think that's right there.
That could be the best of them right there. Oh, good bid.
Like it fell out of your bag?
Get it.
Got it!
Whoa! Great putt.
Yeah, we're sending him that one.
Oh, not even close, Kyle.
Found it? Like 4 feet of me. $5 putt. Kind of 10. Nope.
Can't see it.
Nope. Owns closer.
Hole 14.
What is it?
Turn it in.
Kill this damn
Champ Road.
Nice rip, dude.
Try.
That one?
You're going after that one way out there, right?
Yeah. Hold on. Yes, it is. I'm sorry. You're right. Go ahead.
Good, because Jason threw one 320.
Yeah, baby, go.
Smoke it.
Crushed it.
You guys
John, you don't happen to have a cat, do you?
Oh, too high.
Two.
Do you guys remember the other
that's
day?
not what this is.
It looks exactly like if a cat had attacked the back left ass cheek that you have.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember the other day when we played from the top of that thing all the way down to that basket?
The other day.
Surrender.
You remember?
That's
The
a
other
white
day when we
flag.
played from up
Sorry.
there?
Yeah. No, that was last year, wasn't it?
Nice layup, Kevin.
As far as they go.
I was thinking to myself, like, I wonder how bad it is to drink the water right out of the road. Yeah, what's your disc check?
So 763.
But that's 4, I got 360 left.
Yep.
Okay.
You're,
You ready?
you're more than half. Dude, just play it straight. Put that under it. Alright, I thought you were going to do some crazy 360.
Short. Did you hit record? Good.
Here we see Kyle throwing the hop straight into the basket.
Get up there.
A little bit of a comeback, huh?
I threw a Firebird.
Okay, a couple things while we're taking a break here. First of all, course navigation. For the most part, in many of the places early on in this course, holes 1 through 7, the navigation is good. It's pretty obvious where you go from place to place. There are hangers underneath each of the baskets directing you to the next hole. But once you get to the middle of the course, you start having to walk hundreds of feet to get from the, basket that you just chained out of to the next tee pad. For instance, we just had to climb out of that pit up a 1,000-foot hill in the hot sun, and we still, a good 200, 300 feet away from that spot, have not gotten to hole 15. So there are places where you're just going to get turned around. I say you use UDisc, get a subscription, it'll tell you approximately where to go, or get a map of the course if you can. Next, that whole middle section of this course sucks on a hot day. It's just bad. It's just hell. It is absolutely brutal. I have written about the fact that it is also kind of boring. Yeah, the best hole on the course is arguably that signature hole where you're teeing off and you've got 1,000 feet to go. You get to watch your disc fly full flight, but then you have to chase it. And that part sucks. You're just ripping long drive after long drive after long drive in the hot sun. And it wears on you, it beats you down, and it makes it so that you don't want to play anywhere else for the rest of the day. And then the rest of the course is, attack of the killer mosquitoes. So this course definitely has a problem with the flow. You go from tree-infested area to having absolutely nothing in your way except the hot sun beating down you. Now we're coming back into a section where it's more trees again.
Probably more mosquitoes.
Hole 15, tight tunnel shot. Slightly uphill, basket's on a little bit of a ridge up and to the right.
Made the Mando.
Wow.
I feel like the tee pads are more important on like
That's
the
what I was
one
gonna
that's
say. Well, we
off
don't
the
need 'em.
cliff,
Yeah,
Yeah.
off both cliffs. That one in the woods that
I made it at least 11 feet off the tee pad.
same tree. You guys keep hitting, it'll be down by the time I get
Comes
there.
the Monopoly guy.
Just have no body control right now.
No, I think
Heck, you
that's
go too fast.
how we all
I was
feel.
gonna take your picture.
Oh, the forehand pictures are no fun.
How did that get by that?
That's pretty good.
I think that tree literally
I'm liking
sucked
mine.
in like me when they're taking the picture.
I'm liking mine.
That's a good pull.
Dude, I'm drunk. That's like the flippy one. Now, Kyle, you already made the Mando, so if you wanted to go out around it the other way, it's okay.
Right.
I got the perfect scene change for you. Can't wait for you to see that one.
Uh-oh. I'm afraid for this episode. Oh, you gotta start that. I think that's close.
What place am I in? Sweet. Who am I beating?
According to Kevin, I haven't even made up a stroke on you since he said that. Get down. Oh, good bit. So that's what I'm supposed to do, huh?
No, I'm supposed to hit it. Now I'm doing this when I come back.
Nice.
No, they fucking hate this guy. Just go.
Yeah, some kind of special. Nice putt, John. Hole 16, another variation on the tunnel shot. You can go straight at it. You can kind of see the basket, just the top of it peeking up over the ridge. Or you can go out to the left-hand side here. There's probably enough room to make it as well. Yeah, pretty straightforward shot. Lefty, righty, flick, forehand, backhand, doesn't matter. Go, fly, fly.
You lucky duck.
That sucked.
Yeah, it did.
There's a faucet there that was dry. It was all.
Like the course was all this.
It'll
I'd
be
like
fine.
it. You know, go out to the field
And
once
there's
or
no bugs
twice.
up here.
Well, there's some bugs around.
I believe it's
but,
Jason, right?
but this would be a fun technical course.
Well, that's what I like. I can't throw bombs across the field there.
Yeah, Jason.
There you go.
That's a beauty.
That's rough, dude.
Got like 3 holes like that.
Get down.
Okay, hole 17, long, 350 feet or so. A couple of trees straight in the middle of the fairway. You can go left or you can go to the right of them. Your choice. There's a little bit of a bend at the end of the fairway, but nothing much to worry about. Ride. Good shot. much. Didn't think I could turn it over with my arm being the way it is.
John, what'd you say that? Come on, you started from?
Good shot. What was that?
Oh, big
Oh,
skip.
big skip, but otherwise great.
Oh, God, Kevin. What is wrong with you?
You're tired, hungry, dehydrated?
I think we might have a winner.
Literally dying.
I'm literally dying. I guess that's true anytime.
That river is sounding better and better when we get back.
What, drinking it?
Yeah. I haven't even been drinking, just like opening my mouth and facing upstream.
Like, I'll drown, that's fine.
Sounds great.
I can't think of a more refreshing way to go.
Does anyone see where I am?
Nope, I did not see your shot whatsoever. Sorry, I didn't know you get that one.
It's okay. Sometimes you just gotta take the shot when you got the shot.
Nice
putt.
Alex Vigian wants to know why I said, Mike's like, I've never played it. I go, don't.
Whoa!
Alex is like, I want to know why. We were going to do a flex start there in a few weeks. And then Chuck's like, yeah, I need to hear this.
Sorry about that. I didn't realize you were lining up a putt.
I shouldn't have not have missed by that much.
Start here.
Hole 18, 360 feet, a lot of trees. Safe line would be to go out toward the big thick one out there in the distance and then bend, well, to my left as you're going out there. And then it's up through the trees and into the basket. Trees aren't that tight. You can work your way through them, you can find lines, but it's just one of those things where you don't want to hit 2 trees in a row.
Let me show you how that's done.
All control.
Nice. Who's next?
I was going to go straight until you said, yeah, you can go out to the right and turn it in. I'm like, yeah, that's not a bad play. Oh, now he's turning
Look up.
that thing over. All right, we're all warmed up.
Oh, go!
Are you crazy? Nothing?
Good stop. Oh, he's through!
Great throw!
Wow. Oh my.
Is that your actual drive?
That might be okay. Oh, I turned it over.
Oh, come on.
For the children!
And I hit somebody's disc.
I had to come through.
Wow, really starting to hurt.
Well, you go. Hopefully
Hopefully
only
this
one
was the
shot.
last toss.
Only got one shot left.
Ugh. Okay, I'm going to do final thoughts from back at the house because we are just beat. I think we started this round at 3:30. It is now 7:30 or something like that. 4 hours out on this course in the baking heat, being carried away by mosquitoes is not fun. So yeah, I'll do that. But quick summary, course has got good bones. I think it's got a lot to say for it. It has some really unique shots, but it also just has some really, really treacherous terrain. So we'll see you back. So after that round, we went back to the house in New Hampshire and we had a bit of a round table to discuss how we felt about that particular course. It took us a good 15 minutes worth of video to get all our thoughts out there as we discussed it. I didn't want to append a 15-minute roundtable talk to the end of this video, which is already just about an hour long. So I just want to give you the quick version of things. Early on in the video, I discussed this course, or described this course as a guilty pleasure for me, and I think that really sums it up pretty well. It's like a dive bar restaurant that you just can't stop going to. You know, the floors are dirty, the waitress is rude, the service is slow, the owner screams at the employees through the kitchen, and the burgers are mushy and they're made out of some kind of mystery meat, yet the fries are the best fries you've ever had in your life. And sure, they're like 1,000 calories each and loaded with salt, and they're fried in the tears of orphan children, but you don't care. They're just that good. Steak fries like that are not common, so you keep going back. And that is how I would describe Franklin Falls. It's got that couple of things that make it shine like a diamond, but the rest of it is just way too rough. And I think part of the problem is the challenge of that course, or a big part of the challenge of that course, is just surviving. It's the environment that you're in. You know, it's not a pretty place to be. It's very windy, it's very sunny. When it's cold out, it's very cold out. When there's snow on the ground, it's really slippery on those two long slopes that bring you up and down, going into that area, the floodplain where hole 8 plays out. I played it a couple years ago, slipped twice, fell on my butt, so that's it, I'm out of here. I was skiing at the time and didn't want to break my ankle or something like that, and ruin the ski vacation while I was up there. So it's the environment that causes so much of the challenge of playing that course, not the level of disc golf skill needed to play it. All right, so I will be putting up the second video with that 15 minutes of myself and Zach and Kevin talking about the course so you can get everyone's perspectives on it. But until that gets published, that's all. Stay frolfy, my friends.